Most of us think a healthy meal is about what is on the plate: vegetables, protein, carbs, balanced. But here's the question almost no one asks: does it matter which one your body meets first? Because inside your body, the order changes everything. In real life, health isn't built by perfect meals or single nutrients. It's shaped by small, repeatable habits: how we cook, how we eat, how often we stress our metabolism. I'm Gina, and that's the lens behind Vital Cook. Practical food habits that work in real kitchens every day, supporting your health.
Hello, welcome back to Vital Cook. Here we talk about culinary health. Tiny decisions in your everyday cooking and eating habits that can make a real difference in your health without any added complexities or any restrictions. A while ago, I was helping a client with a meal plan to manage his sugar spikes. And I was following the NHS Eat Well guidance. Nothing fancy, a very balanced meal, everyday food. But something that kept on coming up again and again was the order of eating. And I assumed it was a niche strategy only for managing diabetic or sugar spikes. But once I started digging up, what I found was fascinating. The impact of eating order is not only limited to managing sugar spikes and diabetes. It shows up across digestion, appetite, and energy levels. Even how the body handles food over time. In this video today, we are going to look at how the order in which you eat your meal quietly shapes your health even more than what you are eating.
Digestion isn't simultaneous, it's sequential. When carbohydrates arrive first, especially refined ones, they break down quickly. Glucose enters the bloodstream fast. When fiber-rich vegetables arrive first, something different happens. Fiber increases viscosity. It slows how fast glucose can move through your gut. Not blocking it, but pacing it slower. And if protein comes next, protein adds another break. Protein stimulates gut hormones like GLP-1 and GIP. These are the hormones that slow stomach emptying and improve insulin efficiency.
Now, before we look into the research and the outcome, I want to clarify something very important. This is not only about diabetes or pre-diabetics. Everyone, regardless of their metabolic health, experiences blood sugar fluctuations after their meals. And everyone's body responds better to gradual glucose release rather than sharp spikes. If you ever experience brain fog in the afternoon, or you feel that post-lunch slump, or you get irritable when you are hungry, that's all your blood sugar instability. You don't need a diagnosis to tell you that you can benefit from stabilizing it. The studies I am about to show you, they're tested on healthy people as well, and the benefits showed up across the board.
In controlled studies across population groups, irrespective of diabetes, researchers served the same meal on different days, just changing the order. When vegetables and protein were eaten first, glucose spikes dropped by about 20 to 25% in healthy adults and up to 40% in people with type 2 diabetes.
This isn't isolated results. Studies across countries, across cuisines in the world, Italy, Singapore, Australia, when fiber and protein go in first, the glucose response improves dramatically. Sometimes a lot more, sometimes not so much, but never it makes it worse.
Before we go any further, there's one clarification that matters more than any chart. When people hear eating order, they often imagine something far more extreme than what the research actually describes. This isn't about eating foods one by one, waiting between bites, or turning meals into strict phases. And it's definitely not about separating traditional dishes or changing how your plate looks. What eating order really refers to is much simpler. What eating order really means is this: which foods your digestive system encounters first and what sets the pace for the meal. It's about the first few minutes of eating, when fiber, protein, and fat can slow digestion, soften glucose release, and shape how your body handles everything that follows. This distinction is critical because digestion is time-based, not visual. Once you understand that, the question isn't whether mixed meals work, but it's how they work and why most traditional meals already get this right. Most meals aren't eaten in neat phases. Dal and rice are mixed, beans and rice are mixed, stir fries combine everything in one pan. So, does eating order still matter in real meals like this? Yes, because eating order isn't about separating foods. It's about which food your digestive system encounters first. And this is exactly why eating order still works even when everything is mixed together on one plate. The first few bites of a meal, roughly the first 5 to 10 minutes, set the digestive pace. Fiber, protein, and fat trigger gut hormones that slow stomach emptying and prepare the body for what's coming next, before most starch is absorbed. What your body reacts to most isn't the plate, it's the sequence. In the first few minutes of eating, your digestive system decides how fast food will move, how quickly glucose will enter the bloodstream, and how strong the insulin response needs to be. When fiber, protein, or fat arrive first, gastric emptying slows, so everything that follows is processed more gently. In a burrito bowl, starting with vegetables, beans, and protein means rice naturally enters later, without changing the meal. In stir fries, letting vegetables and protein dominate early bites slows digestion before noodles fully arrive. These meals already work because legumes bring protein and soluble fiber. Starting with dal and vegetables simply amplifies what's already there. Soup first, bread after. Liquid fiber and protein slow digestion before starch enters. When glucose enters gradually, insulin demand drops. Energy lasts longer, hunger rebounds less. That is why simply cutting calories often fails. It ignores how the body processes those calories. For people with insulin resistance or diabetes, the margin for error is smaller, so the benefits are bigger. That's why NHS, ADA, and AHA guidance emphasizes fiber-first meals, protein with carbs, and avoiding large glucose spikes. Each meal may seem like a small effect, but over time, smoother digestion means steadier energy, less strain on insulin, even in people without diabetes. Appetite becomes easier to regulate, weight management becomes more sustainable, and these everyday patterns can help lower the risk of developing type 2 diabetes later in life. So, try this sequencing for yourself. Many traditional eating cultures already do it: a salad before the pizza, vegetables before your rice, soup before the bread. The food change very little, but the order does. And over time, notice what shifts: your energy after meals, your mood, how steady you feel through your everyday tasks. If you try it, let me know what you experience. And I will see you in the next video with more science-packed everyday food habits.